Chat room, good evening, everyone. We see we've got people from Malaysia, Seattle. Daniel, good evening. Gerald, Jean, good evening. Jean, and Federico from the Netherlands. Diego, good evening. JP's late. Now, me and Dimi, we were talking some stuff there in the background, so we didn't check the time. Sorry for the 1 or 2 minutes late. I know it's very uncanny, but there you have it. Good evening, everyone. We see them coming in all the way from Bangladesh as well there. Hi, everyone. Max, good evening. Anthony, good to see you guys. Mohammed, we've got all the way from Egypt as well. Carolyn, good evening or good morning or good afternoon. And then JP, hello from South Africa. Was that me? Anyway, well, guys, it's very good. And I know it's been a very, 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 very long time. This year feels extremely long or extremely short. It depends on how you look at it. Some days I just don't know where the time has run to. So welcome to our webinar. We'll talk a little bit more, so I'm not going to do two major introductions. We've got a few slides set up for that, but you are all here. And the reason you are here for, before we talk about that, is let's talk about our lifetime licenses. We've gone from 1,000. Currently, we are sitting at 316. These WordPress plugin licenses are going for $299 US. You should know that by now. If you're still on the fence about it, 316 left. Once we reach that zero, it doesn't mean the lifetime license is going to disappear, but there's definitely going to be a price increase. And you can consider the fact that we've got, and showing you WordPress tonight, the WordPress builder, it adds value to the product. And that was the whole idea behind bringing that 1,000 down, so that as we add new value in the future, when you want to get that lifetime license, it's going to be a little bit more. So hopefully, or maybe in the next few days, as we roll out things and we show you more things, you're going to be one of the last 316. Good. So what are we doing tonight? Then I just quickly need to get my images out of there so I can see what we are doing tonight. We are looking at WooCommerce. Well, I'm also looking just like you. Dimi, he is the man of the hour. I've actually brought myself a nice companion here to also enjoy this.
I didn't think of that, to bring a companion.
Yeah. So we'll be looking at WooCommerce. And just for those, I don't judge because I've been in this situation myself before. If you're going to ask the next question, when is it coming to Brizy Cloud? WooCommerce will never come to Brizy Cloud. Some kind of e-commerce maybe, but we're not talking about that tonight. Sorry, I just need to have this cat quickly removed. We are talking about WooCommerce, so tonight is about WordPress and WordPress only. We're going to show you the new WooCommerce element, and Dimi's going to show that, and then we'll talk about what's the plan for WordPress in the near future, right? And let me just jump around again to somewhere else on the screen. So we're going to do about an hour, and it's going to be live. We're going to do some screen sharing, no videos pre-recorded. You can put your questions in the chat room, but just please remember, we're going to try and stick to the topic. If you want to know development features of other things like blogging, those kind of things, or what's happening with cloud, I'll take note of it. We'll pass it along, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go nowhere, not in this webinar. And at the end, we'll have a few interesting things for you. And if you need support, remember to go to support.brizy.io. So welcome. I'm JP. If you've been around, you know me. I've done a lot of our videos and training and education here on Brizy. There's a lot of information there, but I think just to update you a little bit, my background is different. I've moved house, and I've been in this house now for about 2.5 months. It's been a crazy affair because in South Africa, we had different levels of lockdown. At some point I could move, and at another point I couldn't move, and then I had to go back and move again. And finally, our government just announced last night that from next week, we're moving to level 1, which means that maybe in the future, we will be able to travel again. And I think just at the beginning of the year and last year, Dimi, we were talking about having some big bash in Romania when we go to version 1 or version 2, and now it's already done. And COVID totally destroyed all the opportunities we were talking about earlier of this year. I had a very nice haircut, and this was at a barber shop called the Moroccan Haircut. I think, Dimi, you also had a haircut.
Yeah, I had, I think up until 2 days ago, my hair was like on very long. So yeah, I didn't want to scare you guys, so I went and got a haircut.
Right.
Yeah.
And my companion tonight is a very nice lager from Namibia, so we're proudly supporting that as well. And then our man of the hour, Dimi.
Hi guys, for the ones that don't know me, I'm Dimi. I will not bother you with my last name, it's a bit tricky. Baitanchuk, and I'm one of the founders here at Brizy with some other three smart guys, way smarter than me, all three of them. I have a beautiful wife, she's name is Dana, and two great children. I wear a bunch of hats here at Brizy, but the one I love most is the designer one. The UI and usability and user experience behind Brizy is partly because of me, and I have a background in web design. I work in web, I think, since my first year of college in the early 2000s. So that's about it. I think GP. Let's move on to the juicy stuff. This is just yeah. So
right. So before Dimi just starts, there are a few let's call it arrangements. Mm-hmm. This is being recorded, and on this platform, you will get a link afterwards giving you a replay. So in case you need to put the kids to bed, or you need to go to sleep, or you need to go to work, it is being recorded. So you will get a replay of this. There will also be a replay available on YouTube, so you don't have to worry if you miss anything here. We hope our internet connections hold out. Questions again, remember over there in the chat room, please drop them down there. I will jot them down, and then as Dimi goes through, I will pop them to them. I would recommend though, because in Brizy, we have a Brizy way, and it's not entirely what you may expect. It's going to be something that is going to be novel and done the Brizy way. So just try and check those questions until the end, and then you can throw them in there and we can bulldoze Dimi with that. Right, Dimi?
Yeah.
Over to you.
WooCommerce, as we all know, actually, is long expected feature, and we had this WooCommerce builder on the list right from the get-go. Right, you can't create a website builder, and especially in WordPress, and don't have a WooCommerce builder. Just to preface this, please keep in mind that this is work in progress, right? So this does not fully represent the release version necessarily. So keep in mind that some things may or may not look exactly how they should. We are still working on it. Let me just turn my screen here. Okay. So let me go first on the front end to just walk you through a bit. I've made a little setup here with shop, watch shop. So this is made entirely in Brizy. So you'll be able to customize your shop page, listing your products. You'll be able to fully control and customize your product page, so you'll be able to add gallery, the gallery from WooCommerce. You'll be able to control and design everything on this page with the WooCommerce elements, and stylize them with the all well-known options, how Brizy does it. You'll be able to create and set cart pages and checkout pages, and so on and so forth. But let me jump into the backend and start walking you a bit through the elements, so you'll see what we have here. First of all, in order to set a listing for your products, or to control how your product will look, you'll control this from templates. Most of you who use Brizy already know this. So you'll go and create a template that you'll apply to, as you've seen here. We've separated and structured the options a bit better for an easier access and understanding. In this case, you'll want a product listing, so you'll select product archive. And I've selected here the shop page. I have created a page, and I've selected here the shop page that I want to customize. and we just edit with Brizy. And on this page in the builder, you'll see that I've set up a header, a global header, section with the text here. And this, what we have here, is an element called archives that you'll find here in the shopping section. So you'll see that we've added elements here, a new section actually. You'll find products with all the WooCommerce elements breaking down in different elements, and so we have products and WooCommerce, right? So for a listing page, you'll use archives, and you'll drag archives on the page. Come on. Let me just hit a refresh. Don't know what happened there. You know how this goes, GP. Exactly when you need it to work, that's when the problems appear. Are you guys still with me, GP?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because it was. Yeah. So basically, you'll drag the archives element on the page. We are still working on this, and this is available. This is valid for all our global and dynamic elements. As you can see, these are placeholders for dynamic images that come from the product page, or for the title of the product, or for the price. But the guys are working on this right now. So soon, I'm not sure exactly when, not at launch, but soon we'll have new post elements and archive elements that will draw basically everything from the product, and you'll see it here exactly like you see it on the front end.
That was your phone, right? I thought it's mine.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you'll be able to control everything here. These are exactly the images and pricing and the shortcodes and the elements from the products, right? I'll just delete this. But you have here everything. If you go to the image, you can control the sizes, you can control the colors, shadows, and things like that. If you want to add something, for example, you'll go to products here. We already have a title and a price. Maybe we want to add rating, and we'll have the ratings of the products. Of course, it is not drawn here, but soon you'll be able to see the rating right here, right? So this is how you'll basically have and create your listing page. We have all sorts of options here. You can control columns. Maybe you want a 3-column layout. Let's leave it at 4, or maybe you want more rows, or maybe you want more spacing between products and things like that. So you have basically 100% control on how your product listing will look. I'll go to the product listing, the product detail. Basically, this is more exciting because the product details, the elements are displayed here. So all you can see here are basically product elements, right? This is a gallery element. This is a title of the product. This is a stock, an excerpt, a price. This is an add to cart. And everything here, if you click it, you can customize it, right? If you want to change this font here, I don't know, let's go with something crazy. And we'll just change it, and all your titles, product titles, will look like this. Let's leave it like that. And maybe let's add, we have the price, we have the stock. Let's add a rating. Let's put it right here. This product doesn't have a rating, that's why it is not displayed. And maybe on top we'll use a breadcrumb element to see where our product comes. and everything here is customizable. You can even control the colors and the borders and the hover effects on all these images in the gallery. You can also add a new element that we have here. It's called, you'll find it down here, it's called upsell. So basically you'll set in the backend some products that you want to upsell here, and they'll be displayed here. And of course, all these elements are fully customizable and very easy to control. Most of you are used with this from our posts and our dynamic content elements, because these elements, GP and guys, are based on those elements from blogging, right? We went and looked at them and basically made a very similar iteration of those elements, but applied on products. That's basically it. Let me just save and we'll. Let's look on one of the products and see the changes we've made. Yeah, so as you can see, we've added the breadcrumbs here, and we've changed this title. But look, you can design. I've just slapped this in like 10 minutes or something like this. But you can do anything you want, right? You want the description on the left, you can go like this. You want, for example, let's say you want the title on top, right? You can go like this with the title on top. And maybe you want, maybe you want something more creative and create here another section, for example, and have a background image. Let's choose a background image from here. I'll just work a bit here for you to see that how easy it is to move things around and have a custom product details just in a few clicks, right? And this uses the tools that you are already familiar with and already use. Right, so you can play with this exactly the way you want, and let's see what crazy thing we've got. So basically, it's exactly like you design it. That's how it will work. Let's, for example, add a product into the cart, and as you can see, we've built a cart element. So you'll drag this in the page. I'll switch to the builder. This is the product. You can put this cart element anywhere you like. You can put it in a pop-up. You can put it in anywhere you like. I've chosen to put it here in the menu because it makes sense, but you have full control. So basically, when you drag this element, the cart element on the page, you can click it, and you have all sorts of options here. You can display the total or the cart items, and have different types of styling. But more importantly, we went a step further, and if you click this button, this sidebar button, it will open up basically the cart. And here you can control everything. So if you go to this button here, you can control colors for the titles, for the price, corners for the buttons. You can have the buttons in line, or you can have them stacked, or the spacing between them. So you have basically full control here to display and make your cart look the way you like. Moreover, you can, for example, maybe you want the cart like this in the sidebar, but maybe you don't. So you'll go here on custom and make it, I don't know, make it a bit smaller. Maybe let's do it 60%, and we'll align it in the middle. And when you'll press the cart button, you'll have this shopping like a pop-up, right? Or maybe you want it on the bottom, right? If you want it on the bottom, you can go in percentage, full width, and maybe make it a little bit not that high, and make it like a tray, right? So you have all these options to control and to play with your cart. And we are really excited about these options and the possibilities that we'll put in your hands. Let's see. So I've shown you the cart. I've shown you these elements that you can control and put anywhere you want on the page. So basically, you can design anything you want. Let's go. We have breadcrumbs, the archives. We have reviews, of course, and reviews are based on the comments from WordPress, on the comment element we have in WordPress. So basically, you'll have reviews. The users can put reviews here for you and rate your product. We have upsell, we have attributes. Maybe you want to add some attributes to your product. These options are controlled. I can show you where in the WooCommerce, but this is not the point, right? I'm sure you're familiar with the WooCommerce builder. You can control these attributes and add them into your product. And here you'll just come and stylize it, right? Maybe you don't want it as a table. You want it only like this with separators. And maybe we want the border to be 22% and spacing and in between. So basically, you'll have full control to edit and to display this anywhere you want. Of course, you can drag it here if you want, and things like that. Don't look at this design; it's kind of a mess. But the idea is that you can basically do anything you want with these elements. I've shown you the gallery. This is the gallery. The meta. We have here the meta. This shows some categories, and this is not yet fully developed yet. We are still working on it right now. You'll be able to show more things there besides the categories. We have the SKU number. This product doesn't have a number like that yet, so this is why it's not displayed here. We have the price, add to cart button, stock. This is the content from the post. If you want to display here on the page, the excerpt, and the title of the product. Of course, if you want to have more products here from different categories, maybe put similar products or make an upsell or things like that, or you can add this products element on the page, and you have all sorts of filters here to select from what category, how to filter it, order, if you want tags or not, and things like that. I've shown you the cart. These are the categories. So basically, if you have multiple categories, you'll set them in the backend, and they will be displayed here. And that's about it. All these elements were built to let you basically control anything in this experience. I want to show you the pages element in just a bit. But as you can see,
Dimi, before you move to the pages element, I'm not sure if it's ready yet, but is it mobile responsive?
Yes, sure, of course.
Okay. Arvin was asking that maybe just have a quick look at that. I know there's maybe some still development that needs to happen for that.
No, of course we can go here and look at it. It's not a problem. Being a state of development and this being in the works, I don't have a problem us showing everything. It's not like we're trying to hide something. Is responsive by default, right? In a major way, because the blocks I've added and the elements are already responsive. But look, you can still maybe the gallery will go on top here, so you'll want to switch this for the gallery to go on top in the mobile view, and but as you can see, it's perfectly responsible. It's not a problem, and you can of course control it further if you want certain spacings or certain texts maybe made a bit smaller, or you'll need to go with a fine fine brush comb, right? If you want to make it perfect to your liking. But as a default, it is responsive. It's not a problem. And of course, if we find something that is not working as it should, we'll fix it, and that's that. And I'm sure you guys will let us know. Yeah. Any questions more, GP, or should I go to pages?
Yeah, let's have a few and see which we can answer now. Maybe some we can keep to the end. When we were looking at the archive page, we see the placeholder. Is that something that Patrick was asking? Will there be a live preview? In
for sure. The guys are working on. Let me go back to that. I'll not save this. The guys are already working on the new posts and archive elements. The only issue here is that it's a bit more complex, because there are ramifications and things that go to the foundation of how we have things set up, and we've made steps to solve this. And the guys, I think Sergio told me just today or yesterday that they started working on that 2 days ago. It's a bit more complex, but we'll get it done. It will come for sure. I actually this is one of the things that we are not happy with in the dynamic part of our builder, because it's like you go back, right, a couple of years ago when you did something in the back end, and then go to the front end to refresh and see how it looks and things like, and it doesn't sit right with us, but it works in a way, right, at this point. In the future, we'll have this for sure. It will be a live preview here, and you'll also be able to select what products. For example, if you are in a specific product in the builder, you'll be able to select what products to showcase there. Maybe you have a special product that has big titles, I don't know what images, and you want to see it there in the builder, you'll be able to select that. So yeah, and this stands for posts as well. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the whole dynamic feature, blog posts, listing, and single blog posts, and products, and ACF, and all the. We are working on a solution that will solve everything.
Right. Then I'm just, because just make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn. And to confirm, payment gateways, that is run by the WooCommerce plugin, right? This is not going to go through.
Yes.
Confirmed, because we've had a few questions on that. John asked whether dynamic filtering in the archive page will be possible.
Yeah, that's a very good question, an excellent question actually, and we'll touch on this. We'll touch on this a bit later when we'll talk about what it will come in the next months. But this is one of the things on the list. As you all know, if you're using WooCommerce, that they don't have a way to filter, right? As a default, WooCommerce doesn't have a way to filter products based on pricing, on categories, on things like that. So you'll display the products from that category, and that's it. But we have on the list, and if I'm not mistaken, the guys already started to work on it. We have a filter element in the works. We'll call it sick or something like this, seek and destroy or something like this. So it's basically an element that will help you filter the products based on different criteria, on categories, on price, on colors, on and that will be something really cool, because it's not offered by default by WooCommerce, and you'll truly be able to do everything in Brizy. And the cherry on top is that we are trying to build it like with everything we build, very considerate and very attentive, and take into consideration everything we have until now, right? So that filter element will work with posts, will work with custom posts, with ACF posts, with products, so it will be something, an abstraction of a filter that you'll be able to add on the page, and you'll be able to filter things, be it products, posts, and things like that. So
good. Just quickly, I'll take a quick interlude here, because I see a lot of people has joined us since we started at the very beginning. So just welcome to those guys who came late, and goodbye to those who already had to go to work. We are doing a state of development on the WooCommerce builder for our Brizy WordPress plugin. And what that means is that it's still in development. What you are seeing here tonight is almost there, but there is still some work to be done. And you will hear Dimitri saying at some point, yeah, this is still in development and they are working on this. But what you do see so far is a working product. And that's why we are very happy to show you already what we are doing, because especially with how the world had changed this year, moving to an e-commerce online platform is becoming ever increasingly very, very important. So I think I have still a few more questions, but Dimi, let's continue with what you've got up next.
Yep. So let me just show you the cart page and this involves the page element that I've shown you before, and we'll go to that immediately in the builder. This is basically a standard page. A standard cart page. So you'll create a page called cart, and in WooCommerce you'll set this page as a cart page. It's very easy to do. And on this cart page, what I did, I've added the pages element, and in the pages element I've selected here cart, right? So checkout. You also have my account, order tracking, or if you want to display a certain product by ID. These elements right now, and the guys are already working on it, but I don't think they will be available on launch. We'll separate all these pages or elements in separate elements, and you'll be able basically to control everything here: titles, colors, fonts, buttons, and things like that. When you click them, you'll be able to control and to edit everything in Brizy. Right now, it only displays the cart from the WooCommerce, so basically you can't control right now the styling on the button or on text here. But the checkout is the same, and so on and so forth. But for the moment, you will be only able to display them. But in the near future, we'll update this, and we'll make them fully editable. Basically, you'll not be able to edit anything here, but only the styling. So that's it with the pages as well. And I think that's about it with the showcase. In the idea to take from here, and I'll go back to the templates. You can control everything, right? So right now we have everything what other major builder providers have. we have it here in the Brizy WooCommerce builder. You can build anything you want. You have all the product and WooCommerce elements broken down here, and you can drag galleries, titles, excerpts, and everything you want. GP?
Okay, good. I have a question on the previous one, because currently what you showed, like with the checkout and the cart page,
sure.
those are set settings, right? And then you mentioned you will have control over the styling. Does that mean I still have control over the font typography?
Yeah, of course. Okay. The fonts, the colors, and things like that. Yeah, all the styling, basically. You'll be able to control the styling. You can't control, this comes from is the cart, right, of your shopping. You can't remove things from here or because it comes from the template, but the styling, you'll be able to control everything with no problems.
Right. Then Doug and a few others are asking about whether there has been any testing, or have you checked anything on how these new pages are affecting page speed? I'm not sure, and loading of the page speed. Not sure it's something.
Not only we've checked it, but we've actually. I'll go about after we finish this demo. We'll talk about what comes in the next update, and I think we have 5 things. The WooCommerce is the major one, but 3 of those 5 things are major optimization improvements in certain areas. So we'll go over on that, and I think we've actually improved, but this is basic WooCommerce, right? We've used the same approach in creating all the elements in the Brizy way, and you'll not have any problem in speed or page loading or things like that. Of course, if we were to talk about page speed, sometimes I feel that this is very only one way, right? There are a lot of variables here. You need the server, you need a good hosting, you'll need a caching plugin, you'll need so it's a shared responsibility, right? We coding it right. You put it on a good hosting and taking care of it, give it a caching plugin, maybe employ a content delivery network, and so on and so forth. So it's a speed in general, it's a shared responsibility, right?
A few questions coming in here now, and I'm laughing at Patrick's dumpster fire comment. Okay, so Jack, and I've seen this a few times now, people have asked, I'm not sure about the usability of it, but the fact that we have the cart and the checkout element there, can you bring in that element twice on the same page and set one to cart and the other one to checkout? Will that work on one page?
Yeah, sure. I can showcase it if you want, but yeah, sure, you can drag as many as you want, because they're individual elements. So basically, you can drag 5 of them and set up everything. It will not make too much sense, of course, but to put the cart and
different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah, if you want to do it necessarily, yeah, if you can, but nah.
Right. So, Dimi, and this, let me see who asked this question. I forgot now. But when we were talking about the website builder, which is our header and everything in Brizy Pro, that when you do that and you do that with blogging, you will use the Brizy header. But if you want to use your favorite themes header, it will play. Will that play okay with the WooCommerce builder of Brizy if you want to use your themes builder instead? Header instead, or will you need to go with the Brizy header builder and template?
Yeah, you don't have to go necessarily with the Brizy. If you want to continue to use your theme, or only stylize the WooCommerce with the Brizy builder, you can use. The majority of the themes have options to add links to the cart or to or to the checkout pages or things like that. So it's just a matter of using your preferred header and footer from the theme you're using, and linking those cart buttons or those WooCommerce elements from the theme, link them with your shopping page or your cart page, or that you stylize and create with Brizy. It's not a problem at all.
Juan and Shebas had asked, will the elements be able to do downloadable products? Like digital products?
Yeah, sure, of course. This is a it's a WooCommerce feature. It works by default. They've built this functionality in Brizy. Think of Brizy as a layer that lets you stylize your shop, right? Imagine your pages. You have a couple of pages. It's very simple. You have listing, you have product details, and all the rest of the pages, checkout, cart, my account, that are somewhat on the second level. And think of Brizy as stylizing everything, right? So you'll be able to stylize your shop the way you want, to make it look the way you want. But Brizy doesn't get in the way. If you want to use certain parts from a preferred theme, a header, a footer, it's not a problem.
Right.
It wasn't a problem until now. It is not going to be going further. So yeah.
Right. Robert, I hope that kind of answers your question as well, but Chris has a very similar question. So what we've seen with the state of development of the WooCommerce currently is that when it comes to those WooCommerce pages, like your checkout and your cart, you are going to set them like you would do in a normal WooCommerce site. You're going to go create your page and you're going to assign it in your WooCommerce plugin to that. And then how you're going to bring your cart into your cart page is you have our element for that, and you're going to select cart. You will be able to style it, and style means you know your colors and all of that, but it is at this moment a fixed layout. So how the products will appear and next to each other will be fixed, but that is something that will bring additional features in the future. If you want to move things around, that is something that will not happen immediately, or upon a release. Dimi, you did say that will probably happen at a later stage, but the styling will be there.
Just to be clear, we're talking about the elements, the cart, the checkout, my account. So there are these elements on the somewhat in the backstage, right? So, but you can control everything related of your listing, of your product listing, and on your custom product details page. So that is fully customizable. What we have here right now is exactly and a bit more of what others are offering right now.
The competition.
So it's nothing less.
Right.
This I can assure you.
Good. Right. So I would say, Dimitri, the number one question actually tonight, Dejan just asked it again, and Patrick asked it earlier, and a few others. Are there templates going to be for this, layouts?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and there will be templates, not right from the get-go, but there will be. We are working right now. Guys, it was this period we all worked from home. It was a bit of a mess, and I think the team really handled it extraordinarily. But we'll start pumping up more webinars going forward, and will be more active. And we didn't have too much time to put you on to be updated on the design side, but we are working. We have, I think, around 40 designs already made, layout packs. So 40. We have 14 or 16, if I'm not mistaken, already done. So they are already coded in Brizy. They are just waiting to be put in. And the rest of 30 or 30 something layout packs. So layout packs, each layout pack has 5, 6, 7 pages each, maybe 10 sometimes. So consider that there are a lot of designs and pages. that will come very soon. Will come as we implement them. And WooCommerce templates will be there as well. We will not have them on launch, but we'll add them for sure.
So while we're talking about layouts and design, Patrick asked this question at the very, very beginning, and he's talking about some merchandise. He says, when are we going to get a Brizy t-shirt and some tops and some...
We need to set something up, GP. It's a great idea.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that because I would like to have something here. I mean, Brizy logo, I'm very happy to wear that. And then Stratos did say he likes your t-shirt and he was asking, where's my Wolverine? You've got at least WordPress under my t-shirts are all Star Wars.
Yeah. I dress accordingly. I thought the guys will not confuse this webinar with the Brizy Cloud webinar if I wear this.
Okay, so Dimitri, this question was asked, and I know we're not talking Brizy Cloud, but what we've showcased tonight, and we cannot make any promises or let anything, is what we're seeing for WordPress more or less what may be expected for cloud in the future? Or
we have some plans for shopping in the cloud, but there are so many things to do before that. Not necessarily more important things, because if you ask all our community or our users, they have the priority list is a mess. Everything has something else on the first spot. So we need to put some things else there first. Blogging, we need blogging in the cloud first, that we hope it will be there by the end of the year, together with the custom field, custom built from scratch, custom fields app, to put it like this. I avoid naming it plugin because it's easily confusable with WordPress. So you'll be able to create custom posts and custom fields and blogging. And this is the most important thing right now there. We are also working on I think 2 days ago, the guys, or yesterday, started to work on the white label for the cloud. But we have on the list shopping. Don't hold your breath, right? So you'll need to hold your breath a bit longer for the shopping in the cloud. Next year, I think, and we'll start in stages most likely. This complexity in WooCommerce, think about it, they built it in years now, right? It's a couple of years with all the shipping, all the products options, all the dependencies, the digital products. It's very complex to build it from scratch, and we'll do it for sure. But most likely it will be in stages with some light WooCommerce shopping in the cloud, e-commerce. Maybe with some payments integrations, with something like this at first, and then build on that with products and.
I see a question that the guys and the people are asking over, and I think this is WooCommerce related, but I stand to be corrected. They are asking whether bulk upload of products via Excel to WooCommerce will work. And I think
if this is something that, again, Brizy helps you with the styling and how do you input products, how do you upload them, how do you manage inventory, how do you shipping, how all this is part of the WooCommerce, and the great guys at Automatic that built this for free for us, open source. So basically you can go there and see how it works. But if it works in and I if I'm not mistaken, they have an import products feature, and it works there. Brizy doesn't hinder you in any way, right? So Brizy only handles the top level of styling and displaying and basically the beautiful things that you'll.
Doug was saying we should do this more often, and I think, Doug, you're referring to the webinar. And for this, I am probably more guilty because Dimi had asked me a few times, and I was busy moving house, and things were very crazy. So we tried, and then finally he just asked me last week, "Hey man, are you still alive?" And we said, "Okay, let's do it."
I'm a bit rusty myself, so it wouldn't hurt to put more webinars on the calendar, especially that we are start rolling some things out. So some webinars are needed, right?
And then there's been a request from the community. They hope to see more of the Brizy team in the future in the webinars. They were saying Natalia has been doing a very good job, and they're very happy with customer support. And they also would like to meet Sergio, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll try to get him in the spotlight, but it's kind of hard because he handles it better. In the backstage, right, with the team coordinating, thinking of ways to code things and how to improve things and things like that. He's not so good in the spotlight, but who knows? We'll see how this pans out.
Right, guys. So I mean, we still have a few minutes, but we've covered everything in the state of development that there currently is. And I know there are still many questions, but as it's still being developed, as we get to that near point, we're going to have another great webinar, and then we'll dig deeper into those questions. So tell us about the next WordPress update, Tim.
Yeah, so I thought we discussed and thought to give you some info on what to expect in the next update and beyond. We'll have, of course, the WooCommerce builder in the next update. Just to recap, you'll be able to control everything you like on the WooCommerce side. We'll have stories. GP, we've discussed stories a bit, but I leave it like this. I wanted to put it here because Sergio told me today maybe we'll involve the community a bit more with the stories and present them and things like that. And I'll put it here as a bullet point, and we'll prepare the surprise for later next week, right? So I've told you everything now, so it will not be a surprise after all.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys, you're always asking me about stories, and you can rest assured I'm asking Dimi once or twice a week. How about the stories? How about the stories? That's why we're laughing about it. Yeah.
And the three important parts, I've put this in the first points. It was the same good idea, right? To have the WooCommerce last and the first image optimization and CSS and JavaScript optimization. These are as important as WooCommerce. We'll have code output optimization. I'm sure you guys know that when we start back in 2018, the code output was pretty big, and easily but surely we've optimized it a lot. And this is another point where we'll optimize the code. Of course, all the builders are in the same bucket here. Doesn't matter if you're talking Element or Divi. The code output is bigger, but we are continually optimizing it. And in the next update, we'll introduce another layer of optimizations for sections and containers and things like that. We remove a couple of divs here and there. The next is image optimization. We introduce a new way to optimize images, and I'm not sure you know, we've already made a couple of updates. The last updates we've fixed a very annoying image issue. The images were a bit blurred because of the optimization process. This is not happening anymore, so we fixed the blur thing. And we'll also introduce the image optimization for mobile. As you know, if you search or go to metrics or to Google, the speed score on mobile showed a bit lower than the desktop one because of this image optimization, but we'll fix this in the next update. And of course, CSS and JavaScript optimizations from the next update. Everything regarding CSS and JavaScript loaded on the page will be exactly what it is used on the page, right? So we will not load one line of code extra of CSS or JavaScript for if it's not used on the page, it will not be loaded, right? So if you are not using a gallery on the page, we will not load the library that handles galleries in general, and so on and so forth. So basically, in this department, everything will be optimized to the bone. In the next months, and I've put here in by the end of the year, hopefully, because things tend to appear to mess the schedule out, right? You think everything is going excellent, and you hit a roadblock, you hit some walls, you need to bypass them, you need to break them, you need to rethink some things, you need to recode something. So schedules always are a bit delayed. We'll continue to fine-tune and improve WooCommerce and the dynamic content, and this is partly what GP and I talked about earlier. So this pertains to the dynamic content to be displayed in the backend, in the builder, the pages from the WooCommerce to be fully customizable, to be able to control the styling, and of course, with your feedback, we'll take that into consideration as always, and we'll see what we can do more there to fine-tune and improve WooCommerce. We'll have a filter system. This is the Damien, if I'm not mistaken, asked about it. GP, I'm sorry, the name escapes me. Filter system for product posts and custom posts. So this will help you. This element will help you filter products. And for example, you'll be able to filter them by price, by color, by different categories, and all sorts of criterias. We also have in the works, we finalized the design, and this is something that Bogdan and I put together and thought about it like from 1 year already. And we have an animation effects functionality. We'll have it built in, and this will contain entrance, hover animations, and mouse scroll effects. It will be something really cool and presented. It's not something revolutionary because others have it, but I think we as always will have an ease of use and usability spin on it that will let you do things 10 times faster. And we've put here funnels, maybe because and this is, I should have put it with caps letters, maybe with with cap letters. Funnels, we have the design ready. I can show you.
Next week we can make another one for that.
Yeah. Well, I have the design. We have the design ready, but I prefer to maybe we'll put something, a sneak peek in the community. We'll see.
Like stories.
Stories from the point that we've shown it was recoded from scratch.
Yeah.
So
Just kidding.
It's okay, but this happens a lot of the time. So look, what we have here right now, the Brizy today, I think it's 3 builders already recoded from since 2018, right? So a lot of the programmers call it refactoring, right? They rewrite the code more efficiently, or runs more faster, it adds more options and things like that. So yeah. And funnels, they will come. We've talked about it a lot, and because WordPress offers us the functionality of WooCommerce, so basically payments and integrated payments through WooCommerce, we discussed and we think funnels will come to WordPress first. So not and then they will come to cloud later, because funnels without payments, they are not funnels. They are something else, but not funnels, right? Yeah.
Blockages.
No, you can create funnels, lead generation funnels, and things like that. But you can do that right now in Brizy Cloud. Put a sequence of pages together. The shopping functionality is very important in funnels. And
yeah, and that brings us to 7 o'clock, 1 minute past 7. We started 1 minute late, so it's exactly the 1 hour that we had. So a few more announcements. And thank you very much, guys, for the very active conversations that we've had tonight. It's really good to see you out there and the new names there and the old names. It's always great to have the support, and we always welcome the feedback. As Dimi just said, even with the WooCommerce, we like to do something, get some feedback back, and work on that as it is going, so that we can incorporate all that feedback that we get. Right. So my spiel will quickly be here again. You have to start thinking now, and I think Patrick mentioned it earlier. Once you start thinking in terms of what this WooCommerce is doing, if you're still on the fence over this lifetime license for the WordPress Brizy plugin, you're going to understand that the 316 is going to drop very quickly. And I think the biggest question I see on the Brizy forum usually is, can we have the original lifetime license price again? When can there be a discount? And as things are developing, there will not be discounts on the WordPress lifetime license. The deal is the deal. So the $299 that it's going for at the moment, if you haven't got it and you want it, you better grab it. 316 left. And I'm pretty sure if we're going to check now, maybe there's already 1 or 2 lower than that. So the surprise is all of you get a 15% discount for Brizy Pro. That is our personal and studio subscriptions annual plans. And you can expect an email from us. And if you already own Brizy Pro, you can share that with other people. You see, sometimes people will ask you, do you have a discount? Right. And then, Dimi, one more thing.
Yeah, there is one more thing, guys. And we try to top it up every time, right? So to offer you something nice surprise. I'm not sure if I can control the slider from here, but the WooCommerce beta starts exactly right now, so you'll be able to test it tonight if you want it. And all the subscribers that we have in the beta crew, our members, our loyal members that help us with the tests, will receive an email with the beta builds shortly in a couple of minutes. And everyone from the chat, if you want to subscribe to and receive and test what we have so far with the WooCommerce, you can go to our website /beta-testing, and you'll get it tonight. Don't use this in production websites, right? So install a fresh WordPress somewhere and test it, play with it, see what you can come up with. But this is basically the actual surprise for tonight. We released the beta builds right now,
and that's it. So Thank you very much. We'll see you guys soon again. Play around with that, and remember, if you run into any bugs, you can report it to the custom support so that we can look at that. That's the whole idea behind the beta. So from my side over here in South Africa, where we're moving into spring, we're getting warmer, and you up there are getting colder.
Yeah, I have my AC turned on, but outside there like 30 Celsius. It's crazy. It's very hot. Yeah.
Right. From me, good night, everyone. Good day. Have a good day.
Yeah. Bye, guys. See you in the next one, I guess.